So I wanted to get some water and I wanted to talk about that reaction video I made. I wanted to talk about Girl World for a second. Um, and I wanted to talk about my mental illness for a second. And being seen on the internet. So, I do have bipolar disorder. But part of my bipolar disorder comes with something called delusional disorder. And is part of my disability. So basically it puts me on the, it puts me on the schizoaffective spectrum. I'm not schizoaffective for several reasons. But it's kind of like the same flavor of thing. I don't suffer from psychosis, which, and I don't suffer from, certain hallucinatory effects of, schizoaffective. There are certain criteria that you need to meet to suffer from, to be considered, schizoaffective. That you suffer from more symptoms of schizophrenia. It is and it isn't. It's kind of a wishy-washy. Mine are just more delusional thinking that I suffer from, that comes and goes. I'm more able to. My doctor says that I have a good handle on being able to recognize my delusions, and so the thing about it is that most of my delusions are very focused on people like David Lynch. They've been very focused on people like, if you don't know who David Lynch is a film director. I'm very obsessed with David Lynch, and I've been able to control it. More recently, I have been turned off by David Lynch for several reasons that I won't go into. But I feel as though I'm going through a process of humanizing him, I think. And I think that's a good thing. But regardless, I think that it's because I'm healing parts. I'm going through a healing process. Regardless, it's not the point of the video. But the thing about it is that how this relates to Girl World is that being seen on the internet, and being part of Girl World, putting out reaction videos, I get certain ideas about like commenting on videos in Girl World, and like sometimes I have this like idea that if I comment too much on Girl World, and that did I feed you? I thought I fed you. Did I feed you? I swear to God, I fed you. I fed you. Why are you trying to get me to feed you again? Don't gaslight me. I fed you. Why are you pretending I didn't feed you? I just fed you. You ate that whole thing and now you're still hungry? No, I just fed you. Dang. So I feel as though, let me get some water, because that's the whole point of the video. We're drinking water. I'm really cold, but I need to hydrate. So part of this is that certain ideas and attitudes about being seen in Girl World, because the girls, you know, people like Amberlynn Reid and Flutie Beauty are so toxic, and they do things that are underhanded at times. Like they do trolling and they do shade and stuff, and you know they read comments, and so it's really hard to want to comment and be part of Girl World and to be seen in Girl World without feeling as being known in Girl World is so scary, because it makes you a target of these girls that it makes you a target of being attacked by these girls. Like even commenters, you know, they will call, because especially like having a mental illness and like talking about like the fact that I have a disorder, you know, and that, you know, all of the stuff that I've done in my past, which I have talked about in books, you know, which I can go into detail. It's not terrible things. It's just, you know, it's it's just part of my disability. It's very tragic. You know, I'm a lot better now, because of therapy and because of my support systems. You know, I was having trouble. So let's go back. I had a period of 3 months where I was in the hospital, and when I first was diagnosed, I mean, I wrote a whole book about it. It's called David Lynch is After Me, where I wrote journals in the hospital, and before I was in the hospital, where I thought that people were out to get me, and that you know, it was very disordered, the whole thing. I thought that my mom would. I thought I was in a movie. I thought, and sometimes when my mental health is suffering, I struggle with feeling like I am in a movie, and that's persistent to this day. That sometimes I feel as though reality isn't real, and that I'm in a movie, and that or that I'm in a TV show or something, that I'm not in, or that I'm the product of a TV show or a movie. I'm not sure. That I'm being consumed by, you know, and that the person who's creating this is David Lynch. I feel less so about that, given certain information about David Lynch, the fact that he has emphysema and that his health is failing and that he's not able to create as much. That makes me feel as though, I'm not in a movie because he's just doesn't have the ability to create like he used to. I don't know why that changes anything, but it does for me. Anyway, yeah, I'm getting really honest here, and I don't know if that's going to be to my detriment talking about these things, because when I talk about these things, when I get vulnerable about my mental illness, I always feel as though it can be used against me. That's part of my paranoia when it comes to my mental illness. Putting these things online, it can be used against you. That's another thing with my delusions is, you make yourself a target. That's a problem with being vulnerable on the internet. Is that being seen, people will use those things against you. And it's scary. So I've had, since 2017, I've been hospitalized 5 times. That's just the honest thing about it. That's why I'm disabled. I've been hospitalized several times. I am disabled. I manage it well. I haven't been hospitalized. It'll be 3 years in December. I manage it very well. But it's because I have taken an initiative to manage my mental health very well. And I don't let anyone people like Food Beauty and Amberlynn Reed and people on the internet suffer my mental health. I don't let people suffer my mental health anymore. I refuse. If worse comes to worse, I'll just not post and I just won't be on the internet. In fact, I deleted a whole channel because I just didn't want them to have that information. I don't care about the content. If they feel as though they've won because I've deleted content, I mean, that's their prerogative. The thing that wins is my mental health. Okay, I'll give you some treats too. I swear I fed you. You're so gaslighting. I swear to God I fed you. You're treating me like I did not feed you. I swear I fed you. I'll just feed him again. He's looking at me like you did not feed me. He's like, it worked. He's like, if I meow enough, maybe she'll feed me again. He's looking up at me like, I can't believe it worked. I don't care. He's really skinny anyway. He's a big cat, though. He's especially food motivated. So, yeah. So that's why, I think I've summarized why I feel as though, yeah. I'm not sure I'm going to make too many more videos about Girl World. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll react to some more videos. But I just wanted to react to that specific video. Because that was, like, pertinent to, like, my story. How you doing? How's your day going? I'm gonna meditate here in a bit. You wanna sit down? I'll sit down. I made chili last night. It was so good. Maybe it was a little thick. I was thinking about making enchiladas with it. It's a little sweet though. I used a little bit too much tomato paste. So it was a little sweet. But it wasn't unpleasant. It was just a sweet chili. Let's clean these up. I'm not going to put you in a trash bag. You're all right. Poor kitten, he hates trash bags because when he was a kitten, someone threw him in a trash bag and threw him under a bridge. He runs away, he hides. Look at him. Look how scared he is. Poor kitten. That's what trauma does. Just because I changed the trash. Poor thing. It took me years to figure that out, that he hates trash bags. I never put it together in my brain that he's scared of trash bags. And that's the reason. Because they told me when I first got him that they found him under a bridge. And he never thought that he had gotten thrown off a bridge, like a high bridge, like they threw him in a trash bag, like that they were trying to drown kittens or something. And that's kind of why he doesn't hate water, but he doesn't like getting wet. And that's the reason why he doesn't like getting wet, is because they threw him off a bridge. And I hate it because he was so all of his siblings got adopted before him, and he was the last one, and so it was just after Halloween, and I had just, so I always wanted, so I had a cat when I lived in Iowa, and this cat was an old cat, that was a rescue cat, named Odin. He had one eye, and we thought it was just because it was a deformity, but it was because he had cancer, so he was dying. He was an old cat. So I only had that cat for about 6 months before we had to put him down because he just was dying. And I was really depressed about it because I had to put him down before Christmas. So like it was Christmas time, and I was listening to "It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year" over like the loudspeaker at the vet's office, as I'm putting my cat down because I love that cat. But he was a black cat, and I always loved black cats. I love black cats so much. I said, I want to get another black cat. And I had been looking around for a black cat at the pets, for a rescue cat. And, I've been looking for a couple months. But I didn't have the money for it. But then stars aligned, and I had gotten approved for disability. And so I went down there that day, and sure enough, one cat, little, his name at the time was Where Are You? It was Where, W-E-R-E, like werewolf, Where Are You? And he was the only one in the pen, and I picked him up, held him. He clung to me, and he was this little cat. I looked at him and I said, I'd like this cat, please. I said, you want to buy this cat? And I said, yes. I said, are you sure? And I said, yes. He was so... And the reason why that nobody wanted him is because he was so feisty in those days. My sister and I, when we got him, he used to just run around the apartment. He was just wild. And I would just let him go. He would just do his thing. Poor thing. And I mean, sometimes he does get the zoomies still, but it's not like it used to be. It used to be that he would just tear this place up. I loved those days, though. Those were the great days. Those were the fun days. He had so much energy. Now he's just an adult cat and he just likes to lay around. He's just like, I don't have the energy. I just want to lay around and eat food and look at birds. Sometimes he does like to play. But he's definitely you can tell that he's definitely much more mature now. And that he has energy, but it's definitely not kitten energy. Kitten energy is just, it's definitely a different animal. Like, I would play with him, and he would jump like 6 feet off the ground. He would just jump like, I don't even know. It was intense. It was intense energy. I know, I have to get your nails cut. You're biting at your nails. You won't let me clip them. We're going to take you to the vet so you can get your nails clipped. Because you're biting at your nails. All right. But yeah, so I don't know. So I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy because I've got it under control these days. I'm just weird. I've always been weird, but like disordered. Am I disordered? No, not these days because I mean, I definitely wouldn't be able to. I worry about like getting a job because, or there are certain things that I wouldn't be able to do functionally because I worry because I tried having a job before and just like doing like the grind of a normal job was just normal stressors are just so much for me these days. Like I get stressed out just doing classwork and like I need breaks from doing like one class online. And like that's it even at my own pace. It's so hard. And I'm so proud of myself that I'm almost done. But it's taken a lot. Like, I go to therapy and I talk to my therapist about just how dumb I think I am. She's like, "You have almost a 4.0 grade point average." And I'm like, "But that doesn't count." And I don't. And she's like, and I'm like, I just, I stress about it, and I get into these stress cycles. I don't know how to explain it. And I think that my professor hates me. That's part of why I think that, sometimes I have overlaps with schizoaffective, is that, like, sometimes I think that, like, people hate me and stuff like that. And but I don't know. I used to think it used to get worse about it. Um but I don't self-hate as much as I used to. And I don't think people are talking about me necessarily as much as I used to. Um like, it's not as bad as I used to think about it. Like, I don't get so, like, tense about, like, I don't care whether or not people are talking about me as much as like, if they talk about me, they're going to talk about me. Like, it's whatever. Like, if people gossip about me, it is what it is. Um I know I have fortitude about it. I've done affirmations for myself that, you know, I'll just write poetry in my corner about it. Larry, what you doing? God, it's taking forever to get through this water. I was looking at myself just now and I was like, wow, I'm pretty. I know that's kind of an ego thing, but I'm like, it's part of the affirmations that I tell myself. I'm like, I like me. I like me. I'm happy with me. I was thinking that my hair looked kind of good. Um, it's a little messy. It needs to be brushed. But I was like liking this color on it. I was like, maybe I should dye it more often. But I don't look bad. I don't. I look pretty. I look pretty decent. Hmm. I like me. I do good. I do good things. Other people are good, but I'm good. I like me. I hope you like you too.